Hey there everyone, I am that 80s nostalgic toy guy. It's been far too long since our last vintage toy talk video. I was sifting through my vintage toys and collectibles and action figures the other day, and I came across one of my very first totally awesome childhood toys. And that's this beautiful 1979 Hot Wheels Service Center Stow and Go Foldaway garage set.
Mattel's new Hot Wheels Service Center.
This box and its contents are 43 years old. Yes, that's right, 43 years old. It's one of the few early childhood collectibles, toys, and action figures that I have still from my childhood collection. Most of my childhood toys were destroyed in two separate house fires. So when I came across this bad boy the other day, I knew I had to get in front of the camera. I spent hours and hours of the day at my grandma's house with this Hot Wheels Service Center, playing with all of my Hot Wheels toys.
Hot Wheels coming through. Hot Wheels for 82.
I put my Matchbox cars on here.
Our cars need no gas, never get a flat, and are guaranteed for 10,000 pushes.
I played with my kit from Knight Rider car on this sucker.
Knight Rider burning key car. With speed you can barely see. It's awesome. You control it with your key.
I even grabbed my big old Mask vehicles and I ran it on this thing.
I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
This thing was fun. My grandma bought this for me when I was a little tyke, and she's been gone since '93. So this thing right here is a link to my grandma.
I love my grandma!
She was instrumental in a lot of my fond childhood memories, including my toys, my Little League Baseball experiences, my love of sports, my love of WWF and WCW wrestling.
What you gonna do when the Hulkamania and Killer Child's running wild on you?
You want to find out what getting stung is all about? Tune in to TBS.
My grandma was awesome, and this piece right here was among a lot of the awesome toys that my grandma bought for me. Now I know I'm not alone, so all of my viewers out there who had their grandparents be instrumental in their childhood, go ahead and leave me some comments so we can chit chat about those awesome times in our lives when we were younger and our grandparents just made our days, our weekends awesome. Those overnights.
Over the meadow and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Playing with toys out in the yard, spreading our toys and stuff in front of that big old box TV that sat on the floor. All those fun times we had with our grandparents. Go ahead and leave me some comments. Let's chat about that.
Hello, Chief. Let's talk. Why not?
And while you're doing that, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button down there. And hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I'm always switching it up, mixing it up, coming up with new, cool, and fun ideas to showcase old collectibles, new collectibles, taking road trips to look at toy stores, getting together with my family to do trips to Disney World, other theme parks, places that we go where we buy collectibles, toys, action figures, things that we all like to collect.
So do you feel like your addiction is too much to handle right now?
Duh. So go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on those videos. I've got a lot of cool, interesting, fun stuff to come to this channel. So you don't want to miss it and you want to be a part of it. And I want to let you know that I really appreciate you watching and doing all that you do to make my channel the success that it is. I appreciate you all very much. Now, back to this awesome piece of late 70s and 80s nostalgia. This Hot Wheels Service Center first appeared in 1979. Now let's take a trip down memory lane with the first full-length commercial for this awesome Hot Wheels Service Center.
Oh, let them stay. They're really having fun.
Who says car problems can't be fun? Mattel introduces the new portable Hot Wheels Service Center for your children.
Looks like he needs a new set of tires. A new set of tires?
The more problems they find, the more fun they'll have.
And while you're here, better check the transmission.
And when they're all through playing, it folds right up to carry away. Mattel's new Hot Wheels Service Center. Who says car problems can't be fun?
You might recognize one of the actors in the commercial as Jason Hervey. from the late 80s television show, The Wonder Years.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
One of my favorite shows, and I have a sneaky suspicion that it was one of your favorites as well. This box is crazy nostalgic. Now, it's kind of fallen apart a little bit, and it's not in the best of shape, but it's pretty darn good, considering it's had to get through 43 years of moves and life changes. Believe me, when you get into your 40s and 50s and 60s, there's been a lot of life changes.
And I'm gonna be 40.
As you get older, you fall in love, you get married, you have kids, you have dogs, you have responsibilities that take precedent over your collectibles. So I kind of pride myself on how this thing has turned out. It's lasted pretty well, I think.
I'm proud of you, you know that. I hope you do.
So I'm not going to move it around too much, but we're going to pull this thing out and see what it looks like after all these years. And we're going to take a nostalgic look back to early and mid 80s childhoods. Just beautiful artwork on this thing right here. It all just really screams nostalgia. On the back here, you got that awesome diagram of what's inside. So before I drop this and mess this thing up after all these years, let's go ahead, open up this box, and pull out this Hot Wheels Service Center.
Just do it already.
Alright guys and gals, it has been a very long time since I pulled this thing out of this box. It has been many years since I've set this thing up in a display. This thing has been sitting in the corner of one of my display rooms. Not collecting dust because I did protect the outside box of this thing, but it has been sitting there nonetheless. Let's pull it out. Very carefully, I might add. Here we go. I'm going to gently place this box on the ground. I'm going to be very careful with this box. And there we go. We find one of my Hot Wheels stickers on here, guys. This thing right here is making me smile very wide, as you can see. You know, I'm thinking about my grandma and all those early 80s to mid 80s playtimes that I had at my grandma's house. We had a little thing we would do at my grandma's house. We spent a lot of weekends there. So what we would do, we'd have all of our toys spread out, all of our WWF wrestling figures, all of our mask toys, our Big Jim toys.
Big Jim, sports camper, he's the king of the road. Then you help him unload.
Okay, let's unload.
Our Hot Wheels, our Matchbox toys, our Masters of the Universe toys, our Thundercats toys. My brothers, my sister, and I, we would play all day. We would take them outside, bury things in sand, build ramps, crash our cars, do all the fun stuff that little kids do. It was a fun time to be a kid.
Give me some fun in the blazing sun. Give me a friend or two.
And we had so much fun. If you're feeling nostalgic already like I am, go ahead and leave me some comments. Let's talk about this stuff. I love to chat. Now let's look over this service center just a little bit more. All right, you ready to see if the handle still works?
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Pull it out, fold it up, and look at that thing. Look at that sticker on there. This thing is awesome. We got the Mattel Hot Wheels sticker on there with that Service Center logo on there. It is still in great shape. It's held up very well. All right, look at that. They've made these things so darn durable. They just don't make action figures, toys, and collectibles like they used to. So we fold that thing back in here, and you kind of hear this thing kind of moving here, this flapping around here. Well, that's because you got these little arms that come down that help this thing stand up. And those things are still intact, still move very well, and still do their job. I'm not going to break those, so we're not going to pull this thing out and really set it up. We just want to look at this. We are getting nostalgic about our childhood toys.
I'm not gonna cry.
My job on this channel is to make you feel every bit as emotional about these collectibles and toys as I do. So let me know how I'm doing down that avenue. When I get comments about that, about how I've hit you in the nostalgic feels, that just makes a big old smile on my face and makes my day very happy.
High five!
Now back to this Hot Wheels Service Center. I know you guys are about ready to pass out with anticipation to see how this thing looks on the inside. Heck, I am too. I haven't seen it open in probably 10 to 15 years, so let's pop this thing open. So to do that, we have these two clips back here that are all still intact. This thing is about 99% intact. It's got most of the stickers on here. I think I'm missing one little piece in here, but I can't remember what it is. So let's open this thing up and see what's inside.
What's in this box?
Pop these tabs over just like that. And then there it goes. It starts to come open just like that. Are you guys ready to see the inside of this Hot Wheels Service Center? Let's do it. Ta-da! Look at that thing. Ta-da! Leave me some comments, guys and gals. Let me know if you played with this toy when you were a kid. Let me know if you still have yours. I had hours and hours of fun with my siblings with this thing. So much fun. And as I'm looking at this thing, I see all those stickers that I placed on with my siblings nearly 40 years ago. That's how long ago it was when my grandma bought this for me. This thing came off the production line first in 1979, but it was produced for a few more years after that. It's withstood the test of time and my many moves and life changes. It is crazy how this makes me feel like a little kid right now. As we set this thing down, I'm looking over it and I see that it is almost 100% complete. The only thing that I lost off this thing when I was younger, and it was pretty easy to lose, is the little piece that's on this gas pump here, the gas handle and nozzle and tube. Easy to replace. There's tons of them out there. I just haven't done it yet. In fact, I forgot that I even lost it. But other than that, this thing is totally complete, totally beautiful, totally nostalgic, totally awesome, totally 80s.
It's totally tubular.
This thing hits me with the feels. Alright, so if you had this toy, you know what it came with. You know that it came with a car, didn't you? And not just any car. It came with a very special car. And that car is right inside here. That's right, I still have the original Trans Am that came with this Hot Wheels Service Center. You want to see it? Oh, I know you do. So let's get it out of this little plastic wrap that I put it in. There we go. I'm going to have it sit out here, sprawled out in front of you, so you can look at that while I pull this Trans Am out of this bag here. And here it is in all of its beat up, played with glory. The 1977 Hot Wheels Trans Am Firebird Hot Bird car that came with this Hot Wheels Service Center.
Hot Wheels Firebirds by Mattel.
He's a little beat up and everything, but he is original to this piece. Over here we have the car lift, we have the car wash, we have the gas station, we have all this nostalgic stuff wrapped up into this awesome 1979 Hot Wheels Service Center. I thank each and every one of you for joining me today at the collector's table for a look back at one of my favorite nostalgic childhood toys. This thing kept me entertained for hours. All night. And as this Trans Am exits down that ramp, it's an ending to another vintage Toy Talk video. I am that 80s nostalgic toy guy. This has been another vintage Toy Talk. Thank you all for joining me at the collector's table. I can't wait to get back to the collector's table to unbox something awesome, something cool, something old, or something new. Before I bid you adieu, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. And go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any future fun videos like the one you just watched today. We'll see you back at the collector's table real soon. Now that was fun, wasn't it? Now go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the fun on the channel.